A reading from Proverbs. Honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits of all your produce. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. Holy word, holy wisdom.
If you didn't know Kate very well, then at least you will have impressions of this service that you can carry on and hear the stories of us who did. Remembering one another, that is connecting, putting together life next to life, that is at the core of Christian faith. In the Judeo-Christian traditions, they are based on memory. They're based on memory. We remember who we are, this people who we are, by telling our tribe's stories. And remembering, we wonder about the best way to exhibit those stories in our lives in our own time. And together we learn how to hold the values of those stories. Oh no, not necessarily swallowing them whole or being enslaved by them, but telling our people's story so that we remember who we are as a people. My job here is to tell the story of the church's faith tradition such that it illumines our path on the way forward, and Kate in her life provides a luminous example and makes my job an easy one. So I chose stories that have to do with tithing. Did you notice? After all, it is the season of our fall campaign when Kate and I would start to get a little bit nervous about whether you all would come through or not on your promises for the past year, the present year, and whether you would actually set new and more robust heights for the coming year. For you see, for 20-some years of my tenure here at St. Luke's, Kate has been the sole singular treasurer. In the Hebrew Bible stories told today, they reveal something that I love most about how the ancient people of Israel were invited to give themselves away. I love this story and this sense about how the ancient people of Israel were invited to give themselves away. You see, they were called to give their first fruits. They were called to give their first fruits. And as agricultural people, like Kate was an agricultural person, they knew the joy of the harvest. They knew the joy of the harvest. They knew about bringing in the sheaves. They knew what that song meant. And they knew what it was like when all the people came rejoicing. There's nothing more exciting than the bounty of producing crops. And this is exactly the point when people can see so clearly that they are being gifted by the land, gifted by their mother, gifted by all that gives gifts, because it's not just hard work, it's magic. And somehow you're gifted in gifted years, and so you give great thanks. They learned that it was giving, not necessarily getting, that was the joy of their lives. It is from their gifts that they participate in the economy of grace, and they found that giving was the joy of their lives, not getting. Kate Martin would be the first person to call BS on untoward expenses. She was tight, extraordinarily frugal when it came to spending, but she was lavish when it came to giving herself away. She was lavish when it came to giving herself in service. Here's the thing that Kate got, and listen up, ye, even though you may not have ears. Kate understood the key calculus of life and of life's abundance. She knew what it was to live in joy. She knew how to fast so that she could throw a feast. She knew that if you honor the Lord with your wealth and with the first fruits, then your barns will be filled with plenty. Then your barns will be filled with plenty, and your vats will be bursting with wine. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? If you honor your Lord, your things you care about with your first fruits, then your barns will be filled with plenty and your vats will be bursting with wine. I know that over there in Kate's house, you all are going to have to do something with all that wine. In other words, Kate knew that if you offer yourself, if you give yourself away, there will be plenty of love and plenty of life and plenty of joy and plenty of goodwill and plenty of everything in the world that is good. And the converse, if you are a tight louse, you're going to go down the rabbit hole of joyless parsimony. It's as simple as that. You will live on the scarce and infertile land, and no farmer wants to catch herself dead there. The ungenerous are no fun at all. At all. And she preferred life's joys. The harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Well, isn't that a commentary on the human condition? Kate's table groaned under the weight of its bounty. Kate's harvest of friendship was rich beyond measure. She didn't have an easy life, but her life eased the life of many. The church calls this grace, love lavishly given. And that actually does compound and abound way beyond any exchange of give and take. Kate gave to you and to me from her first fruits, and her barns were full and her wine vats were fat. You and I have been the recipients of that grace, having been part of Kate's story. So in all your days, may you remember Kate, might you know yourself according to the grace that she made plain in our sight.